October is Manufacturing Month, and local festivities were in full swing at the Harm Center today in Scottsbluff. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, in conjunction with National Manufacturing Day, the City of Scottsbluff and the WNCC Workforce Development hosted a Manufacturing Day event at the Harm Center here in Scottsbluff. Today's event was open to manufacturers in the Panhandle, as well as area high school and college students. The goal, connecting local manufacturers with a potential future workforce. Matt Almond with the Nebraska Advanced Manufacturing Coalition was promoting the Dream It, Do It initiative and says that manufacturing jobs available now are not like the manual labor jobs that their parents considered.
It's amazing the amount of high-tech manufacturing that's going on in the state. So just try to open eyes, talk about all the opportunities that are here and where you can really be a part of something creative and interesting and stay close to home.
Columbus Chamber of Commerce Director Casey Bielitz is working with the Manufacturing Coalition on the Dream It, Do It campaign and says there are 58,000 good-paying vacant jobs with Nebraska manufacturers. Both Bielitz and Almond emphasize there are internships, mentoring, 2-year job-specific certifications, as well as 4-year college degree paths to gain the skills for quality manufacturing jobs around the state, including here in Scottsbluff. Well, Western Nebraska Regional Airport Director Raul Aguayo spends a lot of time working, but he also contributes much of his so-called free time to the activities of the Scottsbluff Noon Kiwanis Club. And for his continuing efforts in supporting those community efforts, many of them in some way assisting youth in our community, Aguayo on Thursday received the Lucy Award, which is the highest recognition given to club members by Kiwanis International.
It means an awful lot to me that my club looks at me that way. I donate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours a year to the children of this community, and for my club to recognize that and want to give me some sort of appreciation for that, it's really nice. The Lucy is given by your club for outstanding commitment to children and for dedicating your lives to them. So I'm really happy to get this and very proud.
Aguayo has been a member of the club for 8 years and has served in many capacities, including president. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer will be in with your weekend weather forecast. Don't touch that dial. KNEB.TV News will be back right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Bye, Mom.
Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Why wait? With the affordable John Deere 3E Series tractor, you can clear the chore list in no time. Go from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Bring a 3E home today for just $139 per month. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches. This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Going to be dealing with a few showers. Those should be out of the area, I think, by this evening, and temps falling into the 30s. Look at that, 27 tomorrow morning by 6 a.m. So we have a hard freeze coming tonight. If you haven't already had a hard freeze and you want to keep stuff going for a little bit longer, it's going to be a fighting battle tonight and again next week. But expect a hard freeze, mainly dry conditions Saturday, widespread rain and coming Sunday and Monday, and some snow mixing in late. 60 yesterday, we were nowhere near that today. 800ths in the rain gauge yesterday, so we're on the board for the month of October. Let's take a look at temperatures right now, and you notice this great divide right here. Yeah, that is the cold front sweeping to the southeast. 80 in Goodland, 54 in Norfolk, 49 up in Rapid City. Casper checks in at 42 right now. And we have temps very similar to that here in our area. 42 in Sydney, 49 in Oshkosh, it's 42 in LaGrange, down to 37 right now in Cheyenne. So we have this little sliver of some showers and the winds moving across. This is the cold front. We expect it to continue to slide to the east-southeast tonight and out of the area. Skies will clear for us. We should be fairly good for the rest of the evening tonight with just a few clouds trying to sneak in late. But those clear skies are going to drop temps like a rock. 23 tonight in Alliance, 26 in Wheatland. If you haven't already had a hard freeze, this should take care of it. 31 tonight in Cheyenne. And for tomorrow, we're going to be dealing with just partly cloudy skies for a good portion of the day. Some winds pick up in the afternoon hours, and then late tomorrow night, we're looking at, here's 9, 10 o'clock. Then after midnight, we'll start to see some showers roll in and on into early Sunday morning. And winds are going to be out of the southeast. It's going to be kind of a gusty period, raw and cool. Tomorrow highs in the low to mid 50s, but these are warmer than we're going to be the next 7 days after tomorrow. So hopefully you enjoy some of that. So there's those showers yet tonight and into tomorrow. Lighter rainfall totals expected. These green colors somewhere in the less than a half an inch of time slot, maybe a little more in a few areas trying to pile up there. Chilly tonight, a hard freeze coming, 26, otherwise partly cloudy skies. The clearer it gets, the colder it's going to get here across the area. Tomorrow, generally just partly cloudy skies, 56 for a high. Winds are going to be gusty, and our 7-day forecast brings us rain by Sunday, starting as early as I think after midnight tomorrow night. Then rain again all day Sunday, rain mixing with snow late in the day on Monday, rain and snow showers on Tuesday again. Some morning showers Wednesday. We'll have a break then, maybe some late day showers on Thursday, and again a good chance of showers by Friday. Highs from Sunday through all of next week look like they're going to be at best in the 40s, and low temperatures look at by the middle to the end of next week falling into the mid 20s out there for lows.
Now at Arby's, you can get 30 euros for $90. Or for those who aren't trying to cater a Greek family reunion, they're 2 for $6.
Arby's, we have the meats.
For sandwiches. Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Welcome back. A Gearing woman convicted of a charge of possession of methamphetamine will have her case reviewed by the Nebraska Supreme Court later this fall. 35-year-old Kathy Seckinger contends that the 4 grams of methamphetamine found in her purse stems from a warrantless search of her car. Troopers searched her vehicle after smelling burnt marijuana in the vehicle, but no pot was found, just the baggie of meth. She claims it is legal to smoke marijuana in your car in Colorado, and while the smell of marijuana can linger in your vehicle for days after it's back in Nebraska, having the odor of marijuana in your car does not merit the search. The Nebraska Supreme Court is scheduled to hear this case on November 2nd in Schuyler. Well, a Scottsbluff man currently serving more than a 10-year jail sentence for violation of a protection order is now facing 25 fresh felony charges. 36-year-old Timothy Becker of Scottsbluff was charged on Wednesday with 25 counts of protection order violation, second offense. Court records show that from September 4th through the 28th, Becker reportedly made daily contact with the person who had filed the protection order violation against him. Becker is currently serving a 3,780-day jail sentence, or a little more than 10 years, stemming from a case where he had 21 convictions of violation of a protection order. If convicted on all of the latest charges, he could face up to 2 years in prison on each of those 25 charges. And a Union Pacific train crashed into the back of another in southeast Wyoming, killing at least one crew member, injuring 2 others, and 1 is still missing. Lieutenant Dan Hollingshead of the Laramie County Sheriff's Office says that the crash was reported last night around 7:45 p.m., about 18 miles west of Cheyenne. No hazardous materials were involved, and there were no threats to the public in the sparsely populated area where that crash occurred. No other details about this incident were released. Well, straight ahead, Alex and Hannah will be in with a recap of the week that was in Ag News. We'll have your Friday 5 right after this on KNEB.TV News.
Monument Mall has been a huge part of the commercial retail market that has served the Scottsbluff Gearing area for well over 2 decades. Many have the misconception that leasing or renting a retail commercial space at Monument Mall is not affordable. On the contrary, our retail spaces have never been more affordable than now. Often having several spaces to choose from for rental or lease options, we have kiosks and retail merchandising units available for your needs to help your business thrive. So don't hesitate, feel free to give us a call. For more information, please contact Krista Pelster, our property manager, at 308-632-6000.
Kerr Heilbrunn, State Farm agent, is here to protect all the moving parts of your life. With auto, home, life, and financial services, Kerr Heilbrunn and her team make it simple to bring together what matters to you.
It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's our regularly scheduled Friday 5 presented by the Nebraska Corn Board.
We are going to count down the biggest ag stories this week, and we have a lot to talk about.
That's right. Starting in at number 5, weather permitting, harvest has been in full swing across the whole state. Thank you to everyone who sent in their harvest photos from last week.
According to the latest crop progress report released last Sunday, corn harvest in Nebraska was 17% complete and soybean harvest was 27% complete.
Compared to the 5-year average, corn harvest is up 8% and soybean harvest is up 10%.
Number 4, Hannah, do you have the cutest, most hardworking farm dog?
I think so.
Well, if you do, we have the perfect competition for you.
The American Farm Bureau Federation is now accepting applications for the Farm Bureau Farm Dog of the Year. The grand prize winner will receive a year's worth of Purina dry dog food and prize money.
Pups will be judged on their helpfulness to the farmer and his or her family, playfulness, and obedience.
Well, I would for sure volunteer to judge that competition.
Number 3. Last year, a Nebraskan was named Pig Farmer of the Year, but this year an Illinois farmer claimed that title.
Patrick Bain from Aerosmith, Illinois, achieved the highest combined score from a third-party judging panel in online voting.
The award recognizes a pig farmer who excels at raising pigs using ethical principles and connects with today's consumers about how pork is produced.
Also, Alex, happy National Pork Month.
I'm going to celebrate by frying up a few more pounds of bacon.
Sounds like a good idea. But moving on to number 2, while Monday was a good day for trade, it also marked the first day without a farm bill.
Lawmakers failed to gain a consensus in the Farm Bill Conference Committee before the September 30th deadline, as the previous Farm Bill did expire.
Ag lawmakers and Department of Ag officials warn of little harm for now without a farm bill, but the hope is to pass a bill following the November elections.
And the number 1 ag news story this week, the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement or USMCA, was reached Sunday night right before its midnight deadline. Now that replaces the 24-year-old North American Free Trade Agreement.
The trilateral deal gives U.S. farmers greater access to the Canadian dairy market, but it will be some time before producers see any benefits.
So that wraps up this week's edition of Friday 5, of course presented by the Nebraska Corn Board. Keep sending us your harvest photos and we'll be sure to feature them in next week's episode.
We'll see you right here next week. Have a good weekend and stay warm.
This is Mike. Mike likes his car. Mike likes to save money. And Mike likes to breathe. So Mike fills up with E15 with 15% American ethanol. The clean octane in E15 gives Mike the performance he wants from his engine and the clean air he wants for his family. Better yet, E15 costs less at the pump. Higher octane, cleaner air, lower cost. E15 sure gives Mike a lot to like. Discover E15 with American ethanol.
Regional West is one of 3 Level 2 trauma centers in Nebraska.
We have all the resources here 24 hours a day to address any traumatic injury.
From emergency medical services to advanced medical imaging and surgery to acute care and rehabilitation.
It's comforting to know that if an accident happens here, our families, our friends, our neighbors, and even we ourselves will get expert trauma care and rehabilitation services right here at Regional West.
It's a friendly town, that's for sure. Not too big, not too small. Seems like everybody knows your name.
We stick together through thick and thin. That's the way it's always been. 'Cause where we live, it's still our claim to fame. We love this town, this grand old town. There's not another town like this around. We've got it all right here in our own backyard. We love this town. We love this town. We love this town.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on your weekend community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC and More. That's where. Come in and look at what you've been missing. Gifts for the ladies. Gifts to remember. The gift of light. Gifts for your home. Gifts for the kids. Gifts for the Husker fan. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC and More, downtown Scottsbluff. And remember, TC and More still has all of your children's educational materials.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy. Supporting local jobs. Giving back to our community. Investing in entrepreneurship. Making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
And before we break for the weekend, it's once again time to honor the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. For this week's Star Student of the Week, we head to Gering Junior High School, where one 7th grader got the nomination for stepping up to help a fellow classmate. PE teacher Brenda Pazanka says her class was running the mile, and after Allie Portner was done, she noticed one classmate struggling and ran up to her to help her complete the mile.
Remember that chain reaction, the assembly that we went to see about Rachel's challenge? So we started, this one girl started the chain reaction. She was very kind and led the rest of the group into running a couple extra laps. So we'd like to introduce and congratulate, you want to say her name?
You go ahead. You go ahead and say it.
Allie Portner.
PVC associates Tammy Hoffman and Katie Gompert presented Allie with her Star Student of the Week award with her family looking on. And afterwards, we caught up with this star 7th grader.
So it sounds like this is something you've done before. I've heard stories that you did this before, that you kind of take somebody that is struggling and you kind of help them along. So where does that come from? Where does your will to want to help somebody come from?
I think it's just the way I was raised. I've always been taught that it was right to help someone out if they needed help.
Okay. And so were you very surprised about this award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inside the classroom, Allie says she gets pretty good grades and shares her favorite subject,
Science, because we get to do labs this year.
And outside the classroom, she keeps plenty busy as well, as she's a member of the Gering Quiz Bowl team, plays the main piano, and more.
Volleyball season is coming to the end, and then I do gymnastics and softball, but that's in the summer.
Congratulations once again to Allie Portner, the Platte Valley Company's Star Student of the Week. And if you'd like to nominate a deserving K-12 student to be the next Star Student of the Week, you can find nomination forms online at www.pvbank.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.